Hello, soul sisters. This is Madihabi reporting love from Bali. And today we are going to talk about a challenge that is quite deep in almost every woman's psyche. This is a question that has been asked many times, and today I want to try my best to offer you what I've discovered about this very hot topic, that is jealousy. Or as we are going to call it in this video, jealousy, a woman's best friend. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. So, as many of you who are following the Awakened Woman channel have realized by now, and if you're new here, again, welcome, but this is something we have kind of put as the baseline of our community and our conversation, which is that feelings matter. And all feelings are guides. All feelings are providing us with some kind of guidance or compass of our inner reality in order to navigate our lives and our world. And just like all the other feelings, jealousy is also a guide. So the challenge, the problem, the issue is not the jealousy itself or this feeling that you feel in yourself sometimes with certain situations in the world, but how you relate to this feeling. And that's why today we're going to dive deep into how to access this feeling and what to do with it. Because to be honest, for the longest time, I felt really challenged with this, as I'm sure you did, because we see things in the world that we desire and we don't know what to do with this feeling. And it ends up being a block, a contraction, rather than something that's supporting our evolution. So like all other feelings, rather than considering it good or bad, something you want to reject or fully receive, we want to stop working with those socially charged, let's say, conceptions about these feelings. Just let them go just for a few moments so we could explore an alternative. That's all we're doing. We're going to explore. If I'm not going to say jealousy is bad or good or put this like box, how can I relate to it? And with all feelings, here are the two questions that you always want to ask. With any feeling that comes, whether it's jealousy or even greed or sadness, let's ask these two questions. Number one, what is this feeling showing me about myself and the world? What is this feeling telling me? So if you're feeling jealousy, what is really happening inside you? That's number one. And number two, how am I going to act from this feeling? So first there's the feeling. The emotion first is like the senses. The feeling is when I'm starting to interpret that emotion. And then there's the action. And to be clear, there's a distinction between those three steps. First, the emotion happens. Then I feel it. I'm interpreting it. And then I act. So we don't want to put them all together. Right? So this is what we want to do. First thing, distinguish that there are these three stages. All right. So when we start to ask that question about jealousy, you might start to notice that jealousy itself, like all feelings, all emotions, is happening inside your body. It's not something that's happening out there in the neighbor's house or in the pool over there or in the tree house up there. It's something that's happening inside your body, whether you feel it here in your heart, or you feel it in your gut, or you might feel it here like khan'a or something like stuck in your throat. You feel the jealousy in your body. So the first thing we want to do is allow that feeling, that emotion to rise in the body. What's happening there? And what you'll notice about jealousy is that jealousy comes up to show you something you desire. It comes up to show you something that you actually want. You desire this thing. Right? So you see a woman with her ideal man and they're a really happy couple, and something in you goes, and that feeling of jealousy, which you're interpreting as jealousy, is really just, let's say, chemical reaction in your body that's happening, that's mapping the reality and serving you. So this feeling is serving you to give you clarity about what you want. That means jealousy is a gift. It's the biggest gift, because every time you feel this thing in your body, which only you know what it feels like, because for every woman it's going to be different, it means you desire a thing. And desire is the most beautiful map that we can use to construct our blissful realities. realities that really feel good to us in our body, in our mind, in our heart. So what you want to start to do when you feel that feeling in your body, which we call jealousy, again, someone decided to call that jealousy. You could have called that feeling desire. I feel desire. Then the moment you start to do that in your life, you're not judging yourself. You're not judging that feeling. You're actually mapping your desire. So you start to say, ooh, I want a really healthy, happy, conscious, co-creative relationship. Ooh, I want to have that radiant beauty. Ooh, I want a beautiful house. And it stops at that. So the feeling is guiding you towards mapping your field of desire, right? So we removed the shame and we made it our best friend, our best ally, because that means whenever I feel that feeling, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm a horrible person, oh, this and that. I'm just feeling it, allowing it to show me something I desire. Yay, more clarity. You know what the biggest issue people have in their lives? Or the biggest issue that people come to me and Ihab with, which is, I don't know what I want. Really? Really, you never felt jealous? Or what they call jealous? Because even we're gonna talk about it in the end. Maybe it's not the best word to describe this feeling that you're having. So let's call it now desire and move on to the next point, which is the point of action, right? We distinguish those levels. The action is what you do with this feeling. The first point of action I mentioned is you're going to start mapping your desires. I want that. Great, I want that. So where does jealousy go wrong? Or where has this judgment and shame on jealousy come from? And it came from this place. I'm going to tell you exactly. It's when jealousy turns to envy. When jealousy turns to envy. When jealousy turns to this manipulation in our mind that because I want that thing, that person shouldn't have it. And every time you envy something, that's when you go out of alignment. That's when karmically you start to see your own reality not going so well, because the energetic charge of envy, and remember, your thoughts have a weight. Your thoughts create reality. Your thoughts affect reality. So when you have envy and you don't want someone to have that, then you are harming yourself. So that might be the reason when you want things, you don't get them. Maybe you have a lot of envy for people. And this is a really, really, really destructive feeling, emotion, thought, mindset to have. That because that person has that, I have less, or I'm in pain, or I'm unhappy. So what you can start to do if envy is something you experience is to start to notice that. So you're noticing, oh, there's a feeling. It's a very interesting sensation in my body when someone has something I want. But now, instead of going towards, I really don't want them to have it, or it hurts me that they have it, I'm going to shift that. I'm going to shift that by taking my power back, taking your power back in that moment. And instead of envying or feeling bad that that person has that thing you desire, you're going to bless that thing. You're going to open your heart and bless that thing. So maybe find something now that you desire that someone has. That's it. Feel it, see it, imagine it, and now bless it. Now bless it in your reality. Bless it with all your heart. Bless that it exists, because the fact that it exists in your reality, maybe in somebody else's reality, they haven't even seen that. So they haven't been able to realize that they want that and start to seek it, to create it. So you are sending blessing to the mirror in your reality that is showing you what you desire the most in life. So you start to bless it, you start to thank it, you start to celebrate it. And this shift really, really helped me transform, alchemize, evolve from that very base feeling of jealousy and envy. And yes, we've all had it. So for me, one of the things I used to, for example, get a bit jealous, and it would turn towards a not nice feeling in my body when somebody would have a way beautiful voice than me. I would hear their voice and it would be so beautiful, and I can tell everybody's really like feeling that voice, and I'd feel a bit of contraction, and then the contraction would make me feel that envy, but I wasn't aware it was envy. So when I started to realize that actually I don't wish well to that person, I was like, wait. That's not the choice I want to make in my reality. I want to bless that person. I want to bless that exists in my reality. And now whenever I feel that feeling, and again, there's no shame in that, because any feeling we have is divinely given. It's a guide. I feel it, I recognize it, I distinguish it, And then I bless that person, I bless that thing. I just bring more openness towards that rather than contracting, closing, and almost cursing, because I know I'm powerful. So if I curse something, that's not going to be good for them. And I don't want to cause harm. Ahimsa is the promise of non-violence. And this is a promise we must make day after day after day, not just in our actions, but with our thoughts and our energy, and how we can become this moving blessing in our reality. And of course, we're all human, and we're all also humans with limitations and evolving, and with our shadows. But shadows only remain shadows when we don't see them. The moment we start to become aware of that shadow, I can start to work with that balancing magic, that balancing alchemy, that evolution and restoration of my highest self, that blesses beauty when I see it, that blesses power when I see it, that blesses success when I see it. And suddenly my reality becomes richer with beauty, with success, with power, with a voice that is opening. So you are the one that will gain from blessing as well, not just the blessings that you share with your world and the people you meet. So that is where we have learned together here to transform the issue, the challenge, this energetic weight that we don't know how to deal with, into a gift, into you becoming a walking blessing, into jealousy becoming your best friend, your ally on this path. So every time you recognize that thing in your body, whether it's in here or in your heart or in here, wherever you feel it, doesn't matter. Every person is different. Every person's body map is different. Then you have learned to breathe into it. Thank that desire. Rid of the shame and transform it into the gift that it is, which is a map, a compass, a mirror of what you want in the world, so you can start moving towards that. And again, this is not an easy thing. We're all on the journey. We might be successful at doing this 5 out of 10 times. That might grow into 6 out of 10, into 10 out of 10. Just be gentle with yourself in the process. And realize that the judgment on jealousy, even the world, it's an icky word, right? Like, jealousy. It's like, I don't want to be around someone who's jealous for me, because it has this, it has more the stain of envy. But when we're saying jealousy, it's a more complex emotion and feeling in the body that once we start to recognize, actually, I don't want to call it jealousy anymore. I just don't want to, because it's socially tainted and it has this competitive edge. Like, if they have it, I cannot have it. Instead, let it be a guide. Let the jealousy be the guide that is desire. And let's stop using that word. Let's start using the word desire mapping. And from there, say no to envy. Say no to all the lower frequencies and vibrations, and say yes. Say yes to the map of your own inner world being offered to you on a plate. And your life showing you exactly what you want and exactly what you don't want. And you become the person that walks that journey. I hope this was useful for you. This has been a journey of learning for me, and I'm just here to share with you where I've been. Again, emotions come up in our lives. Emotions are gifts, but we've never been taught to navigate them. And jealousy is only one of many, many, many emotions that we need to learn how to move with and open ourselves to and listen to. And listening is a big part of this journey. If this kind of emotional exploration and deliverance, revelation calls you, then make sure to apply for my Awakened Woman Initiation, which I'll be launching in less than a week. All you need to do is leave me your email below so that I'll send you the email as soon as it's out, and you can sign up, invite your friends. This is a transformation that I'm talking about on a collective level. This is an education that every woman should have had at the age of 13. At that moment where your emotions were becoming intense, your body was starting to download more information, your experience of the world was turning you into a woman. But instead of having that initiation, we had this veiling, this covering of our emotions, this covering of the truth, this ignoring or denying and rejecting all those beautiful parts of us. Our inner world is the most beautiful part of us as women, and we have not been taught to navigate them. That's why I'm here to offer the Awakened Woman Initiation only once a year, to make sure I bring all of my energy and all of my knowledge to serve as many women as possible into this growth journey. Now, women who have taken this program, their lives have transformed transformed inside out. And so I'm so confident and so proud to be sharing this with you today. I hope to see you there, and if not, I just hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, tag a friend who needs to hear this, and I'll see you again next week. All my love.